Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Airline's What is the best for your airbrush. Now I'm going to push you in the right direction on airlines, guys, as I've used many over the years and I always opt for braided. As you can see, we've got like a lot of braided hoses on the table and I find braided hoses for airbrushing work. They're nice and supple. I've not really had anything go wrong with a braided hose. Some of the cheaper ones, the very cheap ones you see on Amazon, like the £4 ones, you will probably find that after a while they blow out on the connections on here or where your compressor connection is, especially if you're using like a trigger gun like the, say the PS290 and you're upping your pressure. You need a good airline to take that force in PSI that's coming up that tiny little hole in that airline. So we've got some braided ones on the table. This is a brand new braided one. Not the nicest of colours. It's like a brown, looks like something from the 70s, but it will do the job if you needed to get an airline. Now, the connections on these, that one's got like the airbrush connection, so you would screw your airbrush straight to the bottom like that. And then this side on this one, it's the same connection on this airline. So this one has got like the airbrush connection both sides, so you'd have to buy an adapter which is like that. So that end there would go to your compressor and then that thread there screws on to the airline and you're good to go. So if you ended up by mistake buying one that's got two airbrush connections either side and you think, oh no, I've ordered the wrong one, you can pick up the connection that screws to that. These will be in the link in the description, guys, to a site where you can pick these up from. So that's a yucky brown looking one. And I'd advise as well to get quick connects. If you're new to airbrushing and you're sort of setting up a kit, you've just seen me unscrew that from the brush. That's a bit of a pain when you do that, and you will find that when you come to clean your brush and you want to be able to give it a good thorough clean, you have to unscrew, then screw it back on, unscrew, screw it back on. Quick connects are the best ways to get your airbrush connected to your airline, guys, because you can just clip and do that and then you will pull away and do that. If you work in like spray gun industry where you're in the body shop, it's the same thing with the bigger guns. You have like the quick connect type, click in, click out. It's just fast and easy, and it's the same thing across with airbrushing, just like miniatured down for these brushes. So quick connects, these will be on the site as well if you need to get one of them. So braided hoses, the reason why I think braided hoses are the best is that says it all, guys. That braided hose there is 13 years old. This is an original Iwata one that came with my bottom feed Iwata when I brought it. It's a 2 meter long hose, it's covered in paint. It's 13 years old and it is still working today. It's absolutely fine. I've had no dramas with the connections either side. They've been absolutely perfect on both ends. It's just covered in paint and looking a bit tired, but it still works. There's no splits, none of the braiding's coming off it. So that's why I always opt for braided hoses. I've got a little sort of piddly plastic one that you get in some of the cheaper kits, and me personally I wouldn't use them because when paint and solvent paints go onto the rubber and the plastics, it can start to corrode them and make them a little bit brittle. So that's why I've always opted for braided. I've got two Iwata black airlines in the studio that are permanently linked up. These ones are brilliant. They're the same sort as this, a little bit more flexible in these ones. These are about 2 meters, but really, really good. These are in the studio, so I'm using them. And I've just picked up a custom one for the studio because I've done a revamp in the studio. It's time to get a new airline, and I've opted for a red 10-foot braided hose, guys. Now, I'll leave a link in the description where you can get these from because they do custom airlines, so you can pick the colour you want. If you want a bright yellow one, red, black, blue, green, whatever you want, these guys will do them. And after getting this and having a look, it's a nice quality braided hose with really nice fixings to your airbrush side and your compressor side. So really nice done on this. quality braided, really flexible as well. It says on the packet, maximum working pressure 87 psi 6 bar. Now, it's very rare you're going to put 6 bar up an airline. It's very rare you put 6 bar down a spray gun line, so it can take the air pressure that you want to put through it, because there's no way you're going to be putting it up to 6 bar when you're airbrushing. So 10 feet long. Connections I opted for. I'll pop a picture up in the screen now. What's really good on this site as well is when you go to the custom airline part, it shows you the connections in pictures. So I'll pop the picture up now. So when you go to order, it's a simple drop down box. You click on it, you can order the length of airline that you want, and then you go onto the connections in the picture below, which is the first picture I'm popping up now. So we've got connection type A, so that's what I opted for the compressor side, and then connection type B, that's what I opted for. That's what would screw straight to your airbrush, or you could put your quick connect. I'll just give you a little demo of that. Your quick connect piece will go straight to that. So that there in the type B is your quick connect end that you can go straight to. So you've got your airline and it's plugged in. The next image is connection type type C and type D. I've not used, they may be for slightly smaller brushes, say like Badger or Pash, because they have smaller threads, but you've got that connection type that you can opt for as well. And then on the last picture, you've got the connection type that I had, which I ordered, which was this. And then you can actually order your quick connect with it as well. So you can order a quick connect that looks like that, which is the standard quick connect. And then you can have the type 3, which is the one with like the air adjust valve, like a little mat valve. So you can order the whole kit and you can customize it to what fitments you want, which is really, really cool. So that's the braided airline, guys. This one's 3 meters. So this is going to get you around the studio and probably halfway into the garden, but it's really handy, especially if you're working and you're going mobile, which sometimes I do. I can take that with me, and I've got plenty of airline, and that's what it's about, getting a good airline fitted up. So I hope you enjoyed this video on airlines. Try not to opt and buy a £4 or £3 one off Amazon, because I guarantee it, eventually they will blow out just here on these fitments. Just here they pop. This one came to around, it was under 25 quid, but you're getting a custom colour, your own connections that you need, and you're getting that extra long length in airline as well. And it's very rare you can get them just buying them already sort of like on Amazon. So this is a good site, guys. I'll leave a link in the description where you can come across this site. They do loads and loads of airbrush stuff. Well worth having a look. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe, press that notification, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.